Hello everyone. If you want to learn how to create VPC, public and private subnets, route tables, internet and NAT gateways, you are at the right place. My name is Alok and welcome to my channel. Let's begin. We'll start with the creation of VPC and then we'll create public and private subnets. We'll also configure route tables and create internet and NAT gateways so that these subnets can talk to internet. Before we start, let's talk about brief VPC first. VPC stands for Virtual Private Cloud. It provides you a logical isolation section in AWS Cloud where you can launch AWS resources in a virtual network. You will have a complete control over your resource like network, IPs, subnets, route tables, NAT gateways, and many more. To create VPC, let's go to AWS Management Console. In the Management Console, you can find your services using this search. So we find VPC, and then we go in VPC section. In VPC section, if we click on VPC, we can see there is a default VPC which is provided by AWS. Now to create our own VPC, let's click on Create VPC. It asks you a name, a CIDR block, a tenancy, and what kind of IPs you need. So let's give it a name. So I give it DevOps VPC. Before we give CIDR block, let me explain what it is. So CIDR block is a range of IP which you want to give to VPC to allocate those IP range. So if we say we want to have a VPC with 64 IPs, we give something like /26. So how does this work? Let's see. So if you want to give 64 IPs, there is a very simple calculation for calculating these IPs, and it works on this last bit. So if you want to say we want 64 IPs, we say we can calculate it by this simple calculation. So 2 to the power 32 minus 26, which comes to 2 to the power 6, is 64, which will have IPs starting from 10.0.0.0 to 10.0.0 to 63. And in there, we will create 4 subnets, 2 public, 2 private, each with 16 IPs. And how these 16 IPs will be calculated? Used on, again, the same formula. So we say 10.0.0.0/28, which will give us 4. So 2 to the power 32 minus 28, which is 2 to the power 4, which will give us 16 IPs. So we'll come to subnets just in a bit. So we have 26, which will give us 64 IPs for CIDR block, and then we'll select tenancy as default. If you select dedicated, you will be able to launch dedicated instances in your VPC, but for this video, we will launch only in default. Let's create VPC. So now we can see our new VPC is created. To create subnets, let's go into subnet section. Let's create a new subnet. We can give any name, but because we are creating public and private subnets, and these subnets are being created in a specific availability zone, we will name it accordingly. So if we want to create in 1A and 1B, we will create 2 public subnets and 2 private subnets. Let's say public 1A. So we will have a clear distinction what we are creating, and we select our own VPC and we say 1A. In terms of IP range, we go back to this notepad and we say For the first subnet, we need an IP range starting from 0000 to 28, which will give us 16 IPs. Great. So we created first public subnet. We say we need a VPC equals our subnet, and now it will bring only the subnets which we created for our own VPC. So let's create the second one, and we want to create this one in 1B. 1B, and for IP range for the second subnet will start, because the IPs allocated are from 0 to 15, the second will start from 16. So we say 16, and we need again 16 IPs, so we say /28. Second subnet is created. Now we create two more subnets, two private subnets. Again in 1A, VPC 1A, and third one will start from 32 because the second one has consumed IPs from 16 to 31. So third one starts from 32, and again 16 IPs with /28. And the fourth one is again 1B, VPC 1B, and fourth one will start from 48 because third one has consumed from 30 to 47, and with /28 we will have 16 IPs again. If you give an incorrect CIDR block, it will prompt you there and will not allow you to create an incorrect value. Now if you see the IPs here, so instead of 16 IPs, we can see only 11 IPs here. So AWS uses 5 IPs for its internal use. So it reserved those 5 IPs. So it reserved the first 4 IPs and the last 1 IP. So now we have 4 subnets. Let's see the root tables. So we have a root table which is created by default, which is this one, and then there was another root table which was created with the creation of our VPC. So this was created with our VPC, DevOps VPC. So every time when you create a VPC, a root table will be created, and if you don't create your own root tables, the default root tables will be used across all other subnets. So now let's create our own root table. We will use this root table for public or private, whatever we want. So we will use this one for public, and we will create another one for private. Let's rename it to public RT. Let's create another one, say private RT, and select VPC. Okay. And whichever is the default one will say yes in main. So main equals yes. So now we have our root tables. Let's create an internet gateway which will allow our, I think let's attach these root tables to our subnets first, and then we will create an internet gateway. So in the root tables you can associate these subnets. So let's select our subnets. So because this is a public one, let's select our public subnets. So now you can see 2 subnets here. In the private, let's associate it with the private subnets. Okay, so the private is in the private and the public are in the public. Let's have okay, so now we have these subnets associated with the root tables. Let's create an internet gateway. So internet gateway is connected to the VPC, and it will allow our public subnets to be able to talk to internet, or our VPC to be able to talk to internet. So the one which is here is the default, which comes with the default VPC. We are creating a new one. I will call so now we can see there is a new one which is created, but this is still detached. So let's attach it to a VPC. So internet gateways and NAT gateways are software as a service. So we don't have to manage them. They come as a service. So now this is attached. Let's go to a NAT gateway and create a new NAT gateway. Okay, let's create a new NAT gateway. So NAT gateways are always associated with the public subnets, and they allow private subnets to be able to talk to internet, to be able to download stuff. So let's assume there is some service or some database which needs to talk to internet to be able to download updates regularly, but it won't have any connectivity with internet if it doesn't have a NAT gateway. Because private subnet machines or EC2 instances are always having a private IP, so they won't be able to connect to internet. So we provide NAT gateways which will allow it to be able to connect to internet and download the updates. Okay, so let's give it one of the public IP. Okay, so it also needs an elastic IP. So if you see at the moment, we don't have any elastic IPs. So let me show you. So we don't have any elastic IP at the moment. Let's create, and if we go in here, we should be able to see an elastic IP here. Okay, so it needs elastic IP. Let's create a NAT gateway. Now you can even edit your route tables. So private route table will have a new route entry for this NAT gateway, which will say any traffic give it to NAT gateway, and same we will do for the public. Any traffic to the internet gateway. So now your public subnet is connected to the internet gateway. So now it's actually became a public because now it is connected to the internet gateway. So we can even see the documentation of the NAT gateways. So if you see the documentation, the NAT gateways are connected in the public subnets, and internet gateway is connected to the VPC. So we will do a few more things. So in public subnet, we'll also change, let's go not to route tables, let's go to subnets. In the public subnet, we'll modify it to auto assign the IPs. So we enable it. So now it will have a public IP, and we do the same for the second one as well. Okay, and in VPC we want to do one more thing, which is host name. So we enable host name, so then it will assign a host name to each machine which is launched in the VPC. It's in private or public. Okay, I think that's what I want to show for this video. um, we don't for Yeah, I think this is what I want to show for this video. Thanks for watching the video, and please like, subscribe and share. See you next time. Thanks for watching.